Hey church family, hope you had a great Thanksgiving break. Christmas season is upon us. We have the tree, we have the lights, the whole neighborhood's lit up. It is so good. December is gonna be a big month for Lago Mar Church. We got our service on the 13th. That's outside, by the way. So your friends that might be a little nervous about COVID stuff, it's outside. We're gonna have kids ministry stuff. We're gonna get to break in the playground at the lagoon. It's gonna be so good. That's December 13th at 10 o'clock. And then please, be sharing our stuff on Facebook. December 24th, Christmas Eve at 6 o'clock. Christmas Eve candlelight service at the lagoon. It's gonna be so good. Christmas is gonna be great. I cannot wait for us all to be able to sing together across the lagoon with our candles lit, praising Jesus for coming and rescuing us. It's so good. Let's hear what he has to say in Matthew chapter 6. We're gonna be looking at 16 through 24 tonight. You guys have already talked about that. And I just wanna point out a couple things. One, he talks about the spiritual discipline of fasting. That's simply just giving up something so we can focus more on God. Giving up food when our stomach begins to churn. All that is a reminder that, hey, we do not feast on bread alone, but we feast on Jesus Christ. He is our everything. He is our sustenance. And we do not need simply this one meal to survive. He wants us to tap into his strength. Then he talks about not laying up treasures on earth, but laying them up in heaven. Because he says where our treasure is, there our heart will be also. So many times this season of Christmas is about greed and it's about trying to manipulate your way to get what you want. What Jesus is saying, hey, no. Where your treasure is, the things that matter the most to you, that's where your heart is. And so if accumulating more stuff is what matters the most to you, what Jesus is saying is, hey, you need to give that over to him. You need to be willing to lay down everything at the foot of Jesus because he's after our hearts. He doesn't want our stuff. Yeah, Jesus is going to ask you to give money to him, but he doesn't want your stuff. He wants your heart. And he knows that sometimes our stuff gets in the way of our heart. So this week, why don't you pray with your spouse? What would it look like for you to begin to have that battle? It's like, hey, you know what? There is stuff in the way of my heart. And how can I give that over to God? We have a great way to do that at our church. It's through tithes and offerings. We have on our website, lagomar.church/give is an opportunity for you guys to set up gifts you can give to the church. We're a nonprofit. You can get a tax write-off for that if you really want that. But really, what Jesus is after is your heart. He says, where your treasure is, that is where your heart will be also. So if you're giving your treasure to the church, he knows that your heart is going to follow that. And I know that the church seems like a place that's always asking for money, but I want you to hear me say this. I'm not asking you to give. I'm asking you to pray and see if Jesus wants you to give. If he does, join us with what he is doing here to make light in the midst of all of this darkness happen here at Lago Mar Church. Look forward to seeing you guys on the 13th. Bye.